So it's time to get off your couch, strap on the headgear, and get ready. It's time for Takedown TV. We're finishing up with a practice up here at Faribault Senior High School wrestling room. And we have a Faribault alumni with us, Mr. Brad Tupa. Brad, you were a graduate in
2000.
In 2000, and I know you were a three-time All-State. Why don't you review with us how you did in the state tournament?
I took 5th as a sophomore, 2nd as a junior, and I won it my senior year.
Three-time All-State, state champion. It's always good to have alumni come back into the room, and looks like you've been sweating a little of those bad juices out of you.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So did you work out with the guys today?
Yep, worked out with the guys. I just had some time off and asked Jesse if he needed me to come up here for anything, and he said you're always welcome up here, and I thought I'd come and roll around a little bit.
Great, that's a treat for the guys in the wrestling room. Also an All-American at Augsburg College.
Yep, I was a two-time All-American there, taking 4th in 2005 and 2006. Graduated, got a degree in history, and now I'm just getting ready to actually go to China to teach English for a little while.
Wow, going to China to teach English. Maybe there'll be a little wrestling over there. You can check that out.
I hope so.
So is this an internship or a...
No, it was just something that me and my wife decided we wanted to do. Just get out of here for a little while, no kids, no house, and just a good opportunity for a big experience.
That's great. That's a great experience. A lot of students, you know, like when they're a junior or senior in college, will go study abroad, but you're going a real deal over there, and you're going to teach some English. Congratulations, and thanks for coming up into the wrestling room, and the best of luck to you.
Hey, appreciate it. Go Falcons.
Go Falcons. Coach Jesse Armbruster, head coach, do you believe it? Another season's almost finished.
I was just saying to the staff the other day, I cannot believe how fast this season has gone. You know, which I think is a good thing. When it goes by quick, you're like, oh, that was a pretty good season, you know. And I know some of the boys have already talked a little bit about the season and how close they were to really having a fantastic year. The good news is I think they broke through. I really do. You know, this last week we wrestled phenomenal. You know, we went in. Had a great match with Farmington. Matt Becker gets his 100th win. You know, the team wrestles a real controlled match. And then we go out and we wrestle 2 more duels, and I think, you know, we score about 100 points to our opponents 40 or something like that. And then we follow up with 3 more duels last Saturday in Armstrong duels, and wrestled a couple teams that, you know, I'm not going to say that they're top-tier teams, but did what we were supposed to do. I think scored close to 130, 140 points and gave up 15, 16, and then our final duel was against Goodhue, who, you know, has a strong program. They've beaten a couple teams that have beaten us this year. In fact, they beat us by 20 points last year, and we really took care of business and came away out of that tournament as a runner-up. The way they bracket it, you have there's 2 or 3 different brackets. We won our bracket going 3-0. Apple Valley won their bracket, and they had a judging panel or something, and they gave Apple Valley the championship. And I think our boys were willing to wrestle them, so which is a good. That's a good attitude to have.
That is a great attitude.
But you know, right now we're wrestling real well, which is good as we head in here to our last week. Mankato West on Thursday, our last home meet. That's our senior night, so we'll honor Matt Becker, and we'll also honor Cody Mock, our 2 seniors on the team. And then also it's Military and Veterans Appreciation Night, which is something that we've never done before, but you know, we've been trying to tie our wrestlers with the military. The 2 seem to go hand in hand. We've had several of our athletes that have been in the military or currently are in the military. So we're tying this in and making it a Military Appreciation Night as well. So all veterans come on to the Faribault High School match on Thursday. Admission is free. We'll honor them. We actually have the color guard coming in to present the flag, and it should be a really nice special night. And then on top of it all, the Falcons get to wrestle. So
that's great. And So you've got one home duel left, and then you have sections. When do the seedings take place for sections?
Seedings are going to come out actually Monday. So would that be the 13th? Will be
Team first?
Team first, and then we open up that 18th or 17th there, the Thursday, and we'll go at a high seed. And you know what? Right now, one is going to be Hastings. We know that they've beaten both Albert Lee and Owatonna. 2 is going to go to Albert Lee because they beat Owatonna. Owatonna's beaten everybody else, so they're 3. So that means 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's 4 teams that are going to fight for those teams. We've all beaten each other in there. So it'll be interesting to see where it comes out. Honestly, you know, I could see us sitting in that 4th seed, hosting a first round, but I could also see us traveling to Owatonna as a 6th seed, just depending on how coaches vote for it.
It'd be fun to meet a team that you had one of these close duels, 1, 2, 3, 4 point, one match swing could have changed the outcome. It'd be fun to meet that team again.
Well, you know, and traditionally that's what we've done the last few years. We've been finishing so strong. You know, last year we wrestled Mayo, and we squeaked one out. I think we won by 5 or 6, and we wrestled them in the first round of sections, and I think we beat them by close to 30. You know, as we told the boys last Saturday, imagine where we'd be if we came in ready to wrestle. And you know, and that's part of it. But you know, the good thing is the kids are doing a lot of other things as well. You know, I don't want to see our kids just focus on one sport, one activity. We like to see them do other things. If you get a kid that says, "Hey, wrestling's my #1 sport," you know, we'll work with that definitely. But you know, we got to keep our kids doing all kinds of things. And but if they come in conditioned, ready to go, we'll have them ready to go by sections as far as wrestling is concerned.
I know I've said this before, but I do know that Coach Armbruster's wrestling teams will be ready at the end of the year. That's really when you like to see it done.
That's when we want to peak, and we're starting to do that right now. You can see it in the kids, so it's good.
All right, congratulations and the best of luck to you in the sections.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're with Coach Frank and some middle school wrestlers. Coach Frank had a successful season. Tell us a little bit about the end of the season and the type of number of wrestlers that you had.
Yeah, I tell you what, every day they came in and improved, but we started off the season with about 30 wrestlers, and at the end of the year, or beginning of the year, the kids know they come to practice every day, they go to every single meet, and are there to help out on some tournaments that they get the Ironman Award. And that's a pretty special award in the middle school, being a full participant with 100% attendance. We actually had 20 out of 30 kids receive that award this year at the end of the year. So, I mean, it's just been a great experience as a coach when you get all these kids just to buy in to the program and every day come into practice wanting to get better. So, and it showed on the map. I mean, we ended up going to the BML tournament at the end of the year. We had 5 champs, and that's pretty good. We had a handful of seconds, a couple thirds, and I mean, everybody was positive. We had good leadership out of our 8th graders this year. So, yeah, we're very happy with how the season went.
Oh, that's outstanding. It sounds like they're paying the price. They're there all the time. They're shooting to get better. They're setting goals. Let's introduce a couple of these, or 4 of these wrestlers. We have
Anthony Van Tome, and I'm in the 8th grade.
Anthony Van Tome, 8th grader.
Cy Kushel, 8th grade.
Ren Ross, 7th grade.
Bennett Silky, 8th grade.
So what are you guys, this is the senior high wrestling room. What are the 8th graders doing up at the senior high level?
I tell you what, at the end of the season, we give the option to any 7th and 8th graders that want to go in and try out the practice. We just tell them it's a little bit more intense, but if you really want to up your level and you want to be ready for that JV varsity, you got to put in the work. So these guys made the decision to come on up, and I tell you what, all 4 of these guys in 2 weeks of wrestling up here already received their first JV win, which is pretty cool.
So as an 8th grader, you've been up here, you wrestled junior varsity?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
So how about the practices up here? Are they, is it more intense?
Yeah, it's really intense.
Really intense?
Yeah.
You look a little tired at the end of this practice.
Yeah.
Is it all worth it?
Yes, definitely.
The 8th graders here, Coach Frank, what's ahead of these guys in the future? Their middle school season's done. They're wrestling some JV. What's ahead of them next?
A lot of more hard work. I tell you what, the off season is what pays off. A lot of camps in the summertime, hitting the weight room, and coming back next year with a positive attitude and get ready to turn some heads right away in this JV program. So a lot of these guys have a lot of potential right here.
All right, congratulations, guys. Keep up the great work. And I am here to tell you, too, it will pay off. Good job. We have youth wrestling coach Brad Babcock with an update on what's been taking place the last couple of weeks.
We've gone to a couple team tournaments. We actually had a dual meet with Farmington. They came down to wrestle us the same time we wrestled our varsity. They came down and beat us pretty handily. Then we went to a Lakeville team dual tournament as a youth last Saturday. Ended up taking 5th. We lost to Prior Lake, and then we lost to Waconia, and then we came back and we got Farmington back. We were down by 3 points going into our heavyweight match, and our nice little heavyweight here came back with a nice pin to seal the win for us.
2 youth wrestlers that are with us tonight. One looks like a youth wrestler. The other apparently is a youth. I'm glad we just found out he wrestles heavyweight. Brad, you want to introduce these 2 wrestlers?
This one is a 2nd grader. This is Aiden Tobin. Wrestles 65 pounds for us. And this is Levi. He's a 6th grader. He wrestles, as I said, heavyweight for us on our team.
Aiden, again, what grade are you in?
2nd.
2nd grader. What's your favorite takedown?
Single leg take.
Single leg takedown. Have you do you know what your record is by chance? How many wins, how many losses?
No.
Don't know. That's good. You know, you don't need to keep track at this age. It's going out there and getting experience and getting on the mat as much as you can and getting better and better. And again, your name?
Levi.
Levi, what's your favorite move?
I don't know. I'd probably want to say the half Nelson.
Half Nelson, a pinning combination. You like to be aggressive and take the guys down, put them on their back, and go for the pin, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Coach, what do you have coming up?
Coming up this weekend, we have Mankato East, and then we're getting ready for kind of the end of the year tournaments here. We got a big team tournament in Byron, and then we're getting ready for our NYWA districts, regions, and state that come up in March.
Okay, are you guys ready to go? Yeah. All right, go Falcons. Give me 5. All right, keep up the good work, Levi and Aiden. The best of luck to you guys at the end of the season here. Good job.
Hi, we're here again for another session of Takedown TV and our technique portion. Got Coach Gunnis to help me out again today. Today we're going to focus on what we call getting the corner or angles. When an athlete takes their shot or a wrestler takes a good shot, you know, it's great to set up out here in front, whatever your setup might be, hands, head, moving your opponent with hand fighting in. No matter what shot you're going to take, singles, doubles, high crotch, we want to make sure that we get a corner. Okay, so if I just come in for a high C, I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about in the corner. So Coach Gunnis reaches for me. If I come in here, I like inside tie again, but I pull this and I shoot. Okay, so here's my shot. When I'm talking about a corner, okay, I'm not concerned about here. There's wrestlers that like to be here, wrestlers like to be here, wrestlers like to be here. You find your comfort. Me personally, I like to stay low. But when we talk about a corner, what we mean by that is that big step outside, and we close that gap here. Okay, and this is my corner. So a lot of wrestlers think that when they take a shot, if they take a shot from the front portion of an athlete, that our finish is back here. Well, that's not the case. Our finish is actually going to be this direction. Okay? Wrestling and moving your opponent around and changing directions is how we're going to have our best finishes. Okay? So again, even if I shoot a double maybe, change levels, I shoot in, I'm ready to change directions. Okay? So now I'm driving this way. Boom. I take a single, opposite side. Okay? Single, boom, changing directions. Okay, get my corner, change my angles. So, to all of our little guys out there, our middle school or high school kids, when you take that shot, get your corner right away. Thanks for watching.
Now, I got to look up. I'm with the bigger guys. This is Cody Mock, and we have a couple of wrestlers for the Falcons that have accomplished some other major accomplishments just this past week. Tell us what took place.
I signed to the University of North Dakota for Division I track and field as a discus and hammer thrower.
So both as a discus and a hammer thrower. Any similarities, any conditioning type, wrestling, track, any similarities?
Hip movement, just hip and footwork is all you need to be a great thrower.
And probably a whole lot of hard work.
Yeah. I've spent, since freshman year, I've practically lived in the weight room during all the off seasons I've had, which been pretty much the summer, and before wrestling was during the winter.
That's a great accomplishment. I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Division I track and field, discus and hammer throw. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We have a second wrestler here that has accomplished a great thing. Matt Becker, this past week. Tell us a little bit what you just accomplished.
Well, I got my 100th win. So
100 Falcon wins. That's I don't know if Jesse Armbruster or I know my high school days. I know I don't have 100 wins, but there's not too many people that are in that 100 win club.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Out of those 100 wins, is there one or two that is really the most meaningful?
I guess, I don't know. Beating Tyler Jakes from West was pretty good, I guess. That was my first win over a ranked guy, so last year that felt pretty good.
Okay. And sometimes you remember maybe losses, close losses that probably you remember better than some of the wins.
Yep, I remember the section championship. I was ahead of Zeman from Owatonna, and I went in for a shot, and I got taken down. So I remember that one probably forever.
That would have been 101. Matt Becker, congratulations. I know you're ranked fairly high, and it all happens on the mat during sections. I'd like to wish you the best of luck during the individual and team sections. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce a junior captain.
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer is wrestling in the middle upper weights. We've had like a 500 season so far this year, and you're going to talk a little bit about how close that 500 season really is.
Well, all we need to do is just close in the gaps in the middle weights, about 19 points or so, then we could come back and we could be 19-2 right now.
How many duels have you had? Like, I was talking to Coach Armbruster, and he said like single digits or less.
There's been a lot of that. We've lost to like 3 or 4 points. I know that's a 1 minute, like one match, like that we need to.
Like one match, if one match turns around, or one guy gets pinned and instead of getting pinned doesn't get pinned, turns that into a regular decision. That's like 3 team points.
Yeah, like, that's what we need to capitalize on. I know I'm really proud of our team right now. How we've been picking it up, wrestling hard, taking it to teams that we beat us last year. Like, it's a good feeling.
That is good. That's and by the look, you said working hard. By the looks of the background here, man, this is intense. There's some middle school wrestlers up here. Holy cow, they're just exhausted. So, the price you have to pay at the end of the season, the good attitude, et cetera, it all pays off at the end of the season when it really counts.
Yeah, it does. Like, we're hoping to really pick it up next year too. Like, start where we left off this year.
Okay. So you finished strong this year and take off from where you left off. How many seniors do you have on the team this year?
I think 2.
Just 2. Okay. All right. The best of luck to you in the section tournaments coming up. Finish the season strong and go hard. Now I'm with the 138-pounder for the Falcons, Trevor Morris. Trevor, you're what year?
I'm 10th grader, sophomore.
Sophomore for the Falcons, and Coach Armbruster and the coaching staff has said that you've really had a good second half of the season, and what are the reasons for that, do you believe?
Take it?
Go ahead.
My attitude would change completely. In the beginning of the season, I started off a little slow, bad attitude. I came out there with doubts in myself, no confidence in my shots. And when we got that up in Fargo, I realized there's kids I've beaten that are placing up in the top 8 of national tournament. I realized I'm just as good as them, and I put myself in the winning position, and I got the better attitude, and I went out there and got things done. In the last 15 matches, I won 13. It's just completely different the rest of the season now. Now I'm just preparing for state.
That's outstanding. You know, there's that saying, it's, if you think you can, you can. And if you really believe in that, it sounds like Trevor Morris believes in that, and he's getting the job done now. You enjoy the winning part of it better than the losing part?
Much better. Winning is always better.
Makes all that hard work pay off.
Sure does.
And really flipping the switch about the attitude, that's just it's a huge element of all sports, and especially of an individual sport like wrestling. You know, if you really believe it, you can make it happen.
Seems to be that way. If you put your head to it, you can do anything.
Keep up the good work. Best of luck at the end of the season, and finish strong.
I will. Thank you.
Boston, drive forward. There you go, boys. Hey, good stance, not good. There you go. Come on, set it up.
Little Granby roll boy here.
Don't ever underestimate anyone.
Don't get sloppy. That was almost what the?
Drive forward. You gotta drive it.
He's not in the. You gotta get elbow in the back. And then you gotta come forward. Looking for a stalemate because he's still in control.
No, he's looking for a cement mixer, but he didn't have him locked up right.
He didn't have him locked up right.
I don't understand why he can't cradle more. He's got arms like a gorilla.
Head level. He's got to get that far wrist though. What's he? No, get to the side.
him. Get up.
Messing around with it. Blue, watch that. Don't lose the ball. Nice step. Wow.
Good job, Brandon. There it is.
Look up. Yep.
Look up. Right there. Look up. Right there. Look up, Brandon. Right there. There it is.
Also to mat number 4, the winner is Brendan Mariska from Owatonna. Brendan Mariska from Owatonna.
Keep it there.
And weight class B. The winner is JT Hall from White Bear Lake. The winner is JT Hall from White Bear Lake. Weight class B. Come on up to the head table and get your medal.
Half and wrist.
And Alex Rangers from Eastridge is reporting at number 2.
You're up, you're up. Stand up.
Also from mat number 2, weight class M. Weight class Anderson Money, Ian Fisher from Armstrong, Gage Lumberg from Owatonna, Gage Alva from Eastview, and Fury Yacob from White Bear Lake, mat number 2. Owatonna, Jason Detmer from Owatonna, and Marcus Larson from White Bear Lake, who's reporting at number 4. Also to mat number 4, weight class Owens and Oscar, weight class Owens and Oscar, Tina Costello from White Bear Lake, James Sykes from Fairlawn, and James Saunders from Armstrong. Please report to mat.
Keep him in. There we go, there we go. There we go, boy. There we go, there we go. Come on, Nas. Stay after it, stay after it. Stay inside. Get your arm out of there. Step down, step down. Hip into him.
Come on, Andy, let's go.
Come on, Andy. Cross face, cross face.
That's my interpretation.
Up the head with
That is good.
keep that leg straight.
Cody Bud?
Yeah, the all-star move, and then you look at it. You throw them out, you literally throw them out.
That was great. Trevor looks so amazed. He's like, what? I know, he's like, what just happened?